But during the whole
I'm
thing,
so upset. Where is it?
I had neither a drink nor a smoke, so I'm solving both those problems right now.
Okay, have fun.
Mm. Bring my heart rate down. Is that a cheeky way of saying you have a cock ring?
I just found a thing called Waluigi's as I found a thing called Waluigi's coat hanger abortion.
And it's not in the chat. Why?
That's part 2 of Waluigi abortion fanfictions.
Part 2?
Part 2.
This guy lives in Georgia because it says F. Brian Kemp in the tags, so I already know.
Wow.
You already know. Is this you, Byron? Did you make this?
Where's my phone? Let me see
Kidding
if I
me?
can. I found the fan fiction.
Uh-oh.
Which one?
Dipper goes to Taco Bell, and I'm reading through it, and like, guys, I don't know about this one.
You think if Drew keeps recording and we post this, we're gonna get banned?
Absolutely, no question. Absolutely, it is worse than everything else. Okay, so the link is on that Reddit post. I can't send the link for some reason. So just
Because
click on the
it's
post.
cursed.
I don't. That is the only way I found it in that paste bin.
Yeah. What? Yeah, you said so. At the very beginning.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't like that.
Go
Alright,
ahead,
boys.
Charles.
Here we
Charles,
go.
click on it.
Fantastic. Oh, nice. Dipper goes to Taco Bell. It was a normal day in Gravity Falls, Oregon. Well, as normal as Gravity Falls gets, anyways. Dipper Pines was reading his book, and Mabel, his twin sister, was wondering what he was doing. Quote, Dipper, are you going to keep your nose buried in that strange books of yours all summer? You got to go out, have an adventure, Mabel exclaimed. Not now, Dipper said quietly.
I'm trying to code this.
Oh, all right then. He was looking at a cryptogram that said, Dipper was officially stumped. He could not figure out what it meant, and it seemed very mysterious to him. Is that what he could not figure out?
Can I be Mabel? Can I be Mabel?
You don't want to be Mabel. You don't.
Can I be Dipper?
You don't want to be Mabel. No, go ahead. Be Mabel. Go ahead. You got it.
Grunkle Stan is going to take us to the diner for lunch, Dipper.
Dipper, however, was not in the mood for the diner. He was publicly humiliated last time he went and thought the food wasn't very good anyway. Mabel, I don't want to go to the diner, Dipper said solemnly. I want to go somewhere else.
But there is really nothing else in town unless you count the Taco Bell near the forest.
Nope. Go back and read that right.
No.
I'm sorry. But there is really nothing else in town unless you count the Taco Bell near the forest.
Mabel replied, Taco Bell? Dipper's ears perked up. He had never eaten at a Taco Bell before, and ever since last week he'd been craving for Mexican food for some reason. For what reason? Oh, Jesus.
Byron's going to stand. Byron, be going to stand to it.
I don't know how he sounds. I'll just
Why don't we go to Taco Bell today? Dipper asked.
Come on, Byron.
Okay,
pick a voice and go with it.
Let me remember. Okay.
No, just pick a voice and go with it. You have to do right.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. I can't. Okay. I know what happens. I can't. Oh God. Okay.
God.
Byron, do it. Byron, do it.
Okay.
Do it, Byron.
Oh God. Okay. Taco Bell.
Uncle Stan questioned.
Why'd you want to go there? It smells like the bathroom when it gets clogged.
I had my heart set on pancakes. Mabel moaned.
quotation mark.
In a quotation.
End quote.
Listen, you can go to Taco Bell if you want to, but don't come crying to me when you smell like expired onion.
You sound like Uncle Ruckus if Uncle Ruckus smoked weed.
Oh,
Continue reading the story.
Fine, I will, Dipper said harshly. That works.
too meta. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Grunkle Stan said. As he was exiting the mystery shack, the door hit him on the way out. Said Grunkle Stan. He was
So wait, no, he wasn't laughing. He was literally saying.
Just in case you wanted.
No, he was saying.
So anyways,
Yeah.
Mabel and Grunkle Stan went to the diner while Dipper tried to find the Taco Bell. He had brought with him a book and a couple of bucks.
Oh my god.
But finding the Taco Bell was harder than he had previously thought. He'd been looking around town for what seemed like days. The Mr. Roo book wasn't helping him either, until he saw a flicker of a sign in the forest. Went into the forest. Why would there be a Taco Bell in the forest? Dipper asked himself. After hiking for about an hour, Dipper finally got to the Taco Bell. But it sure didn't look like any Taco Bell he'd ever seen. It was surrounded by a barrage. What? Jesus, that's not even the right word. Of giant oak trees in an open field completely different from the rugged terrain of the Oregon forest. The open field was covered with at least 3 layers of pine needles, which got the attention of Dipper. He stuck his hand into the pine needles. Ow! Which is what happens when you stick your hand into the fucking pile of pine needles. It hurts, you dumb shit. The restaurant, Taco Bell, looked like a silo, sort of. Well, it was very cylindrical. Oh, it was phallic. The outside had rusty picnic tables and looked like no one used them at all. Dipper walked up to the restaurant's door. Should I go in there? Dipper asked himself, probably out loud, because he's a clown. I'm starting to have second thoughts. Why is there a small, desolate, phallic-shaped Taco Bell in this forest, miles from the nearest road? But I guess it's my only option. Mabel and Grunkle are probably done with lunch right now.
Yeah.
And there they were. Mabel wondered why Dipper hadn't come back yet, but Grunkle didn't give a damn. So Dipper entered the restaurant, but was relieved to see the interior was normal except for its high ceiling. There was also no customers inside, but Dipper thought that was normal considering how the franchise was so isolated. He went up to the counter, only there was one cashier working the registers, a very old, slightly deaf, bored out of his skull cashier. Dipper decided what he wanted to order and approached the register. Excuse me, we only got tacos, the cashier interrupted. Okay, I guess I'll have a taco then, Dippers. What'd you say? The cashier yelled.
Actually,
I said I want
Charles, I need you to read line 30 again.
I guess I'll have a taco then. Diaper said. You got me. You fucking got me.
Yeah.
Right, Drew, I need you to be the cashier. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Fuck's
No.
sake. What'd you say? The cashier yelled. I said I want a taco, Dipper yelled back. Okay then, the cashier said. Now fuck off, do you?
Line 33.
We obviously can't hold your attention, you. The cashier yelled. I said I want a taco, Dipper yelled back. The cashier said. Back for a few minutes. When he came out, he was carrying Dipper's taco. The cashier said. Dipper gave him money, went to sit down at the least grimiest table. He bit into the hot, juicy, spicy taco filled with thick, pure meat, mild, tantalizing black beans, and so fluffy sour cream. He enjoyed the single bite of that perfectly cooked taco and still tasted it in his mouth after he swallowed it. But he was about to bite into a second time, but he felt the churning movement inside his body, something that he had felt often. Uh-oh. And rushed to find the lavatory. Man, that really went through me, Dipper said to himself. For some reason, the bathrooms were hidden in a corner far from the counter and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found that the bathrooms were surprisingly clean for a fast food restaurant anyway, and Dipper found this suspicious. All of the stalls were full, and no one was using the urinal. That's me.
Charles, line 40 again.
When he walked in, he found that the bathrooms were surprisingly clean for a fast food restaurant anyway, and Dipper found this suspicious.
Nope.
Suspicious. Wow, suspicious. Wow, I'm fucking wasted, and I can't even know. All of the stalls were full, and no one was using the urinals. But right on cue, someone walked out of one of the stalls. My dad just texted me asking me if I'm all right.
Is everything okay, Charles?
Nope. Hold on, let me reply to this real quick. Somebody carry on.
Where are we
Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing all black and a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go. Unfortunately, he didn't make it in time. He checked his pants and found the worst of all. Oh god, how do you even say that? Wait.
Diarrhea.
It's spelled wrong, right?
Yeah,
Nope.
that's definitely spelled wrong.
So
It's like
it's dire.
Diarrhea.
Yeah,
it's two
it's missing an H.
and
No, it is an H.
no, the H is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just
So,
I guess we can still say
so sorry.
diarrhea.
Yeah.
Dipper said, "Ying."
Yeet. He was about to leave the stall when he noticed a.
Here we go.
Here we go, boys.
When he noticed a bulge in his pants. He touched the bulge. Once he touched it, he knew exactly what it was.
It was an erection.
He found himself completely aroused after touching it and started to do it some more. Eventually, he was ready to
Hardcore masturbate.
He didn't know what was arousing him, but he knew that he was aroused. He took off his blue shorts and his soiled underwear, revealing his medium-sized but not small penis. It was bright red, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Dipper started to yank his Johnson harder and faster. The furniture was getting pumped. Dipper's soiled hands started to feel bits of, oh my god, pre-cum. Eventually, the medium-sized Willie couldn't tack it anymore. An explosion of ejaculation. The cum got all over the walls and the toilet, and Dipper felt proud. Wouldn't we all? He had creamed himself for the first time, but he was upset that it was not over windy. Interesting. No, Dipper thought. Oh, this is not enough for me. I need to release all of this. Was his erection still active? Ooh, I envy that man. Dipper began yanking his willy again. It was much quicker. And Dipper comes quicker. It was a bigger release than last time, and it began to rain Dippers. Dipper felt more proud even than last time, his heart about to burst from all the droplets of ejaculate falling down from the
ceiling.
Selling. Dion. He felt as happy as he did. Felt the day of his first snowfall of the. Oh my god. He stuck his tongue out to task. So this is obviously when the author started to get horny from his own writing, because shiny from the faulty fluorescent lighting in the bathroom, he tasted it and he thought it was one of the best tasting things in the world. Better than the largest chocolate bar, better than the rarest pig, and better than the taco he was having earlier.
Wait. Rarest pig?
Rarest pig.
So this man is eating pig rare?
Yeah.
It's a rare pig, apparently.
Mhm.
from which you would probably get salmonella or worms. But hey, this is a fanfic. Who gives a fuck?
Some people are into that.
But now he couldn't stop. Oh yeah, oh no. Why did you put that image in my head? I need another sip. Mm. But now he couldn't stop. He couldn't leave now and miss out on this great masturbation adventure. Adventure time! Grab your friends. He wanted to taste the cum. He scraped a handful of it off the stall and
What?
He grabbed another and another and another and was getting more aroused by consuming the semen he had released another load. Wow, so that's coming from. Dipper said to itself, "Come all over his face and teeth." Dipper came up with a solution to get more hardcore adult masturbation experience. He was going to put it into action. He tilted his head down, sat down on the cum-covered ground, grabbed his Haldon Johnson. But I got a text and stuck it in his mouth. Once it was firmly in, Dipper began to suck the very hard rod. He sucked on it like a lollipop. What the fuck? And the candy fair a while back. It tastes a lot like it too. Interesting. Dick cheese apparently tastes like cotton candy. Candy floss. The legs were so expertly over his shoulder that he could have been a gymnast. Obviously, he's missing a couple of ribs. The more he sucked on his hard dick, the more his aroused legs shook. Eventually, just when he was going to give out, it came in his mouth. It was the best thing he'd ever experienced, and kept performing. Autofellatio is what that's called, Arthur, just in case you're watching, which you're probably not. As he was stimulating himself orally, he accidentally fell over to his side. He broke from his penis and cummed on the floor. The floor was covered in so much of Dipper's cum that he
Started to make a snow angel.
Or
A cum angel.
he was eating some in the process. But then he looked to his side and immediately became so hard that the red tip was touching it.
Here we go.
He saw what was causing it. He saw his underwear covered in
Dark brown feet.
He held up his underwear, which was covered in the cum-filled floor, and marveled at its erotic beauty. The feet. I'm just trying to get through this now. The feet were so beautifully ejaculated, so smooth, and sticky, and it so perfectly felt Dipper's white hands.
He wanted his shit.
He held the brown underwear like a fish on a lure and put his sticky white lips on the brown, sticky brown faces. His tongue was rubbing all over the crap all over his tidy whites, making his mouth all brownish white mess. He was biting into the shit and sucking his mouth. More stimulating than ever before. Wendy or Mabel or any, nope. All he knew was a big old pile of shit. TikTok. That's who I blame for this. TikTok. He talked a scoop of the feces. He had a lot of diarrhea. Began to spread it all over his dick. Every time he spread the crap, he was getting more and more aroused. Once his dick was completely brown, he came again.
Man, me too.
How much more of this is? Oh my god! What the fuck? Why? Do I have to? Do I have to?
Come on, Charles.
You're barely halfway there.
I'm halfway there. Who's having the most fun in the bathroom? Oh wait, no, that's not what I was. Brung his erection up to his mouth. Begins. Nope, that's not what I was either. But you know what? Fuck what shit. Large gulps. Now Dipper had to put the brown sticky feet. Tyler, are you still here?
Yep.
Oh god. And boy did he do a good job. The brown stuff was all over his external genitals and his and his external genitals and his testicles, because they're different things. He'd come to Now his beautiful brown genitals needed to be cleaned, but Dipper didn't have any cleaning supplies. He had to suck the shite off. He brought his erection to his mouth and began to suck. The next time he made it very clear to lick the feces off with his tongue, and boys, I'm getting nauseous. And as soon as it tongue touches, he was having the most fun he'd ever had in the bathroom stall and forgot who he was, for where he lived,
Oh
what
my
he
God.
was eating. All that was
No.
on his mind was his sweet cum. He thought of a great idea. Dipper took a scoopful.
Good idea.
A great idea.
A
Yeah.
great idea.
Dipper took a scoopful of diarrhea and a scoopful. What's a scoopful? And put it in the toilet. Flushed it before it was all the way down. He grabbed the wet pile and stuck it in his mouth. Dipper was consuming the shite coming to him.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, John Drake,
man.
for God knows how long, and we're not even halfway through this fucking thing. Dipper's brain must have been knocked out of place at that time, because at this time, instead of putting the shit and cum in his food hole, he started to rub it on his willy.
Oh,
He wanted more of it on his Johnson, and that would be a fatal mistake. Fatal. It would kill
I
him.
can't.
Death.
I can't do this.
What's? How do you think I feel? I'm reading this. I'm saying these words out
It gets
loud.
worse. It gets much worse.
It's so much
Oh,
worse.
yeah.
It gets so much worse.
Put it in his mouth to begin sucking, but did it too hard. Accidentally bit his dick off. Yup.
Wait.
Dipper grabbed the grimace in pain. He went and looked horrified. He snapped the solution to the That's not castration. That's just biting your own dick off, mate. He put some on. Didn't stop the bleeding. Spit on the piece of dick that he bit off, and tried to reapply it, but it didn't work.
To reapply?
Imagine that. No matter how many times he tried to reattach it, though. He put me on oh god, into the terrarium like the Goodyear blimp. Dipper was licking the blood off, trying to stop it.
Oh, I shouldn't.
He was okay. Here we go. Line 92. This is it. He was in the ultimate pain now. Nothing felt like this. He screamed as loud as he could. Felt like no one could hear him. He was screaming louder and louder, saying, "Help! I bit my dick off." He was going insane.
Alright,
He's
guys.
lying against
How
the
you
stall,
doing?
screaming,
How you
"Help!"
doing today?
Do what?
How are you? How are you doing, Charles?
I'm doing all right. I'm in
Yeah.
a complete just mind wipe right now. I'm just trying to get through this. Screaming help as loud as he could yell after a full 5 minutes with a large mix of blood coming feces on the floor. He's banging his head against the stall. The banging was louder than the loudest thunderstorm, yet no one came for help. Except him, he came all the time. Dipper was alone in the bathroom, alone in the stall with his beloved Dick, now near to death, and unfortunately, he was also near death. Ah, yeah, that was fatal. After one final blow to the head, the now screaming Dipper was as silent as Christmas Eve. No, that was silent. He fell to the floor, eyes turned skyward, and just in that muck. At the mystery shack, Mabel was feeling very worried about Dipper, so she went off to try to find him. She went into the forest first. She knew where it was, apparently, and surprising, got there in less time than Dipper. As she entered the newly cleaned doors of the phallic-shaped Taco Bell, she immediately noticed the once bitten taco on one of the tables, and for somehow, Jesus Christ, immediately knew it was Dipper's. I've got the hiccups. Just give me a sec. Mabel rushed into the men's bathroom, obviously. She liked to use the urinals, and rushed into a random stalls. It was her brother's. Just by random chance.
I don't want to read Mabel anymore.
Tyler, I tried to warn you. You
I don't,
know.
I don't want to be
Buddy, in for a penny, in for a pound. What are we at?
Shut up, Drew.
Drew, I think you've been promoted to Mabel. Mabel
Oh,
looked at how messy the stall was and how it was used to do the deed. Her pink sneakers were sticky from stepping into the reddish brown mess of fluids.
Oh,
She walked around the messy stuff, just trudging around in there, just fucking having a grand old time, and saw the most horrid sight she could imagine. How big is this stall that she was trudging around for a bit, and then she saw the most horrid sight she could imagine. Mabel was welled up in tears at the sight of it and began to cry. It was beautiful. Oh no, wait! As she was crying, she sat down on the pile of okay. It was beautiful. Has the smooth facial features, complemented the circle of cum around his lips. Oh, Dipper. Oh, wait.
No, this is this is Drew. Come on, Drew.
Mabel said through her tears. Go on then. Mabel brought Dipper's head up to hers and kissed him. Delicious. After pulling out of the kiss, Mabel enjoyed it, so she kissed him again. She didn't want to let go of Dipper, not now, not when he had just died. He was her brother after all.
After all,
Incest, necrophilia. What else?
Scat.
Jesus. She held
Accidental vor.
accidental boy, you're right. She held Dipper's naked corpse in her arm. Oh, they failed to mention he was stripped and felt a tingling feeling in herself as he dirty side.
Oh God.
No,
Wait.
that's supposed to be no one would know.
Why would they? What's the point?
Nope, Mabel thought. She immediately came up with an answer. She pulled Dipper's head up to her head, kissed him again, only it was a French kiss. Once Mabel was done, she put the body on the floor. Then Mabel got down on the floor. Oh, it covered floor too. Mabel started to go kiss crazy frenzy with Dipper.
Oh God.
That made it lock like Dipper was alive.
Oh no.
Tongue went into Dipper's deceased mouth, scraping the feces and come off the roof of Dipper's mouth. Mabel was shaking even more now that her tongue was touching Dipper's. I'm never having sex again. She unzipped her jeans, slowly slid them off through the wall. And
They stuck there.
Mabel revealed her nice, clean, exposed. How did Tyler? How did you know this existed?
I told you, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I was a degenerate at one point. I never read it this far though.
Fucking DJ. No, no, because you're a coward.
She lost it. She finally lost it.
Mm-hmm. Nope, there's more to come. Mabel revealed a nice, clean, exposed virgin vagina. She took Dipper's corpse, not noticing the eternally bleeding penis.
Not external. It just bleeds forever.
Harry Potter, the eternally bleeding penis. And brought it closer to you.
I ate before I got on this call. Oh, that was
You fucking moron.
Oh my God.
So to the cervix. She rubbed her clitoris purposes before she stuck it in. Once a dick was thumbing in, she finally felt joy in her life. She loved the feeling of losing it to a dead brother's body and started to get the oldest feeling. She lost it. I finally am losing it. She squealed in happiness and started to French kiss Dipper harder. Her tongue almost touched Dipper's uvula.
That's disgusting.
Jesus Christ. She kept holding on to his lacerated willy and her.
Sloshing hurt. Ew.
She kept pulling it in and out with Dipper's stick. Blood was spilling out on her urethra walls. That's okay. That's not a thing. But
wait a minute. That's
right?
not right. That's not right.
Nope. But not noticing one bit that it was not right. She did not want to leave the body. Not now. She would kill herself if it could mean they'd be in coitus forever. If only Dipper could kiss her back. After what seemed like hours, it wouldn't fit in. Mabel finally looked down at the now pretty messed up willy. Mabel couldn't look away at it. It was now swollen to the size of a head. A whole mix of
Rainbow colors.
and still spewing lifeless cum. Mabel vomited on it, which only made it worse. It grew bigger and bigger. Oh, Dipper, she said softly. Then Mabel started to scream. She was horrified at the sight of it and started to barf again. She tried to put a giant mix of, well, here we are, again, blood, cum, mixed vomit, and feces on the dip, but it didn't work. She tried to suck it all off, but found herself enjoying the sucking and the taste.
Wait, what didn't work? What was the? I don't understand.
Trying to reattach it with whatever fucking grog of bodily fluids they could come up with, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
She kept sucking on it, tasting the blood,
And touching and fondling Dipper's dead erectile muscle.
She was ecstatic, apparently. She was more happy than she had ever been, more happy than she was before. As she was squealing with delight, the stall door started to open a crack. Mabel took notice of this. Drew. Line one.
Are you serious?
Line 135, bud.
Huh?
She asked.
So petty.
It wasn't locked.
Stupid.
Mabel started to get nervous. She didn't want to go to jail for necrophilia or incest. She was only a child who bit off more than she could chew. No, that was Dipper. She got herself after lusting after her twin brother for so long. If it was the police, she had no hope. She hoped it was just another Taco Bell employee who would listen to her and help her out.
Oh yeah. He would listen.
The stall door finally burst open. Standing in front of it was a man dressed in black. He had a Taco Bell logo sewn on the left of his fleece jacket. He was wearing squeaky shoes that squeaked across the bathroom floor. I'm sure the
Squeaks that squeaked.
the sticky bathroom floor. He was wearing dark sunglasses. No, it wasn't.
We're almost.
Nope. We're
It's a
not
different.
recording.
It's a mysterious man.
The mysterious man walked up to the two of them slowly. Mabel stood onto her feet, fear and blood on her face. The man stared at Mabel for a long time until finally he said,
Are you
Wait, is
supposed
this
to
me?
be in this bathroom, young lady?
Mabel was shaking in horror now. She turned to face Dipper's naked, violated, dead body and turned to face the man again.
Drew?
141.
141.
Bud. Good luck. Mabel stammered, shaking with tears in her eyes. The man brought himself closer to Mabel's face.
How do you misspell your 3 times in a row? Come on.
Right? Mabel tried to manage. The man was inspecting a red spot on Mabel's cheek. After several seconds, the man touched it. Several seconds? Jesus Christ, that's an eternity. The man touched the spot, trailed his finger in it, and put the finger in his mouth.
Blood.
Blood.
The man whispered to himself. Mabel asked him, not understanding what he was saying.
Little girl, do you know
Little
what this is on your
girl,
chuck? What the
no,
crap? I thought I was reading
is
this.
on your cheek.
Fine.
We're all gonna end up
Fine.
on a watch list.
Yep.
All right, Tyler, be my guest.
No, it's too late.
Okay. Mabel repeated what the mysterious man did to her cheek and said back to him, Tyler.
Oh, I'm reading now? Oh,
Line
excuse me.
149.
And with the blood being on your cheek, have you
Oh
dealt
no.
Shall we say it is our taste for it?
Sorry, I was taking a drink. The man asked back. Mabel did not notice the retractable chisel in his right. Interesting. Retractable chisel in his right hand. 150.
Oh, that's you.
The man quieted her.
If you like the addicting taste of it, why didn't you just say so?
And without warning, the man cut her across the chest with a chisel. She screamed at the pain of it.
Girl?
She screamed at the pain of it.
I want to go home.
And the Oscar goes to blood stuff poured out of the diagonal cut fast, almost covering her stomach.
You can lick that up. Your blood probably tastes better than that kid's.
The man
What do you
said,
sound
pointing
like?
to Dipper.
Oh my god.
Why do you sound like Doug Dimmadome? The man said,
No,
pointing
no,
to
no.
Dipper.
You sound like what's his name from The Walking Dead? Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes.
Then the man gave her another cut across her face. She screamed again, louder this time.
Now you can get.
There you go.
Now you can get the blood close to your face, and just to make sure you're silent.
The man slit across her neck. She could not scream this time. Darn. What? Hey, right?
Wait.
The man went into her neck and pulled out 3 vocal cords, not just 1 but 3. The
So
man
this is
stretched the
a.
cords out and jumped
This
rope.
is what? This is what?
It seems
This
to
is
be
what,
getting
Tyler?
worse. It's getting worse every single moment.
Yeah, I know. You
flashing
always
me
think,
or
man, it can't get worse, but it just.
several times. When her face was cut so many times that her nose fell off, the man decided it was time for the scalping. It is time for the scalping, boys. He took out a big knife and slammed it right above Mabel's eyebrows. It is time for the
All right,
scalp.
honey, it's time for your daily scalping. Yes,
Mabel's
honey.
Yes,
head.
dear. Yes, dear.
Mabel's head. Now onto the gore part. This part I can no problem. Mabel's head was now topless, the top of her skull exposed and violently cut, so you could see her brain inside the skull. Digger pieces of her muscle and flesh was muscly and flesh was still attached to Mabel's hairy scalp, so the man got them off. The scalp was now thin as skin and still full of Mabel's hair. He hung the scalped scalp upon the hoor. Is that a Scottish word I'm not familiar with? The hoor of the doer. To be his prize, something he kept for himself. Now the man prepared for the rest of the body. What he wanted to do next was make it rain. Not water, as you may think. He wanted to make it rain something else. He got down to Mabel's blood-covered chest, grabbed her not fully developed breasts, and began to cut off Mabel's nipples. Once he was done, the blood started to come out like old Faithful's geyser. He was amazed by the sight of the fountain of blood and began to dance around in the stall, stepping in all the fluids that were on the floor. When the blood was starting to flow a little less slowly, the man moved to the legs. The man hung Mabel's nipples next to the scalp. The nips were obviously a prize too, and started to cut Mabel's legs. He started to cut faster than a race car driver on a smooth asphalt. That's not even a proper fucking analogy, or metaphor, or simile. Whatever the fuck. Comparison. To cut kept on appearing on her kneecaps until the cap bone. We call that. What did we call that?
A kneecap.
The cap bone. No, what the fuck is that called? There's a name for it.
I call it a
Fuck up,
kneecap.
Drew. By that time, her lower legs and her body were only attached by a thin string of cartilage. Then the guy moved on to her toes. Fucking feet hooer. With the knife as sharp as a knife. With the knife as sharp as knife. I'm not drunk, right? That is exactly how that reads, right? With the knife.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I am drunk, but that's okay. He cut every one of her wee toes off. Mabel's body was losing so much blood that she started to flatten out. The place where it was mostly coming out of was her
Are you
toes.
telling me that she's still alive?
Apparently. The toe blood was making a sea of red on the floor. The man now wears Taco Bell fleece jackets
Splattered with red on it.
now dug the knife into Mabel's left foot. He began to make another cut, similar to what he did to her scalp, and began to cut skin off his foot. Off the foot. The cut was much better than he did this. Jesus Christ! This is so involved. Mabel's
Yeah.
Mabel's feet
Yeah.
were about just as big a mess as flesh, muscle, blood, nerves. Mabel, who was still alive's face was now completely exposed. Oh, who was still alive's face was now completely exposed to
Uh-oh.
all the cuts she was getting, the mouth hanging open like a gaping person.
Who would have thought?
Gaping, just like a gaping person. The blood was already covering her chest, and since the man actually had a soul, he didn't want to subject the little girl to the misery.
Oh, he had a soul.
She
Yes,
was
he had a soul.
about to the misery. She was about to. What the? So he took. It's him. So he took. I've been reading this shite out loud. So he took the long knife and stabbed it in the middle of her chest where her heart was. Blood poured out of it more than. Oh God, those nipples did. It helps blood blint, did she?
Oh
Once
no.
most of the blood was done.
Oh yeah.
Bloody vagina.
He carefully took his knife. Got down.
No, but you fuckers asked for this. You know what? You fuck.
Thanks, Charles. We appreciate you.
Carefully took his knife, got down near the cervix, and stuck the knife blade up the hole.
Why did they call it that? Go on. I've never seen it called that. I have never. 176, line 1.
Wallet Mabel's cock.
Oh my God. Well, it Mabel's can't do it.
I'm gonna say that verbatim.
Please.
The next time oh my God. I'm in your cock cave. Robin, to the cock cave.
How long does this go on for?
Well,
Like
what's
this
that?
part.
What?
This part of the story.
Oh my God. We're almost done. While in Mabel's cock cave. Oh God. The man was rotating the knife, cutting up the walls of Mabel's egg chamber.
I want this guy to teach me anatomy.
The tip of it got finally inside of it and very carefully snipped every one of Mabel's, both of them, all two of two of them, fallopians. This guy got a D in anatomy. It was a hard job. He had to be very careful. He had done it many times. Oh, apparently many times before, but today wasn't his best day. Nah, he accidentally slit some of the sides of both of them, Mabel's vagina, cutting into the muscles surrounding it. The man was very embarrassed. Boys, I'm never having sex again. Hopefully no one will notice that. He said to himself, "Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler. I stole your thunder again."
Poopy. Hopefully no one will notice that little slippy uppy.
Little uppy flippy.
Little slip of the hand.
He said to himself, he took the knife out of Mabel's hole with ovaries and two fallopians. Isn't that a book in the Bible? Two fallopians.
Don't bring that to this.
Oh, the
Are
blood
you
color
familiar with the
thing.
Book of Solomon?
No, I'm fair certain there's a first fallopian in it.
Solomon has joined the chat.
Charles, I'm gonna murder you. I will stone you all.
Please do. The man got out a big plastic trash bag. Thank Christ we're in the cleanup section and scraped the knife on it. Oh, well, maybe not. Making the contents of it go into the bag. But since the knife's handle was covered in more blood than it usually was, he accidentally let it slip, and it dug into Mabel's right shoulder.
Just accidentally
Perfect.
stab someone.
Just delightful.
Perfect.
You hate to see it, the man said ominously. The man got out a pair of vinyl gloves and put them on his hands. He grabbed the knife tightly, wanting a deeper cut than he had before. After a while, after digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, the man's knife got through to the other side. Good. Once the man saw the job he did, he threw the arm in his trash bag. He felt great pride and felt that he could easily achieve his goal now. That's what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute, just getting
Dedication.
success, dedication, getting that initiative, and getting the job done.
Getting this bread.
So he went to the other side of Mabel's nearly skinned body and began to cut that arm off. It was easier to do than the other one, surprisingly. You know, practice makes perfect. And once he was done with that, he threw that arm into the garbage bag. Mabel's body was now almost flat due to all the blood loss. The man tasted some toast.
Tasted blood.
I thought that he should get a jar for later. How do you misuse
the number?
It's this fuckhead. I mean, really.
Yeah, this is some serial killer stuff right here, man.
Enough of the legs. We did not read.
No.
Nope. This is a dare. This is a dare.
I wrote it. I'll admit it.
Byron, you're already on a watch list.
Probably. You know?
Who's
What
to
line are we
say?
on?
191. No, wait. 190. Nope.
We're almost
Not
done,
even.
folks.
Well, not
Nope,
even.
never mind.
The legs were off. The man threw them in the bin, in the bag. Mabel's body was flat. Okay. Yeah, embracing Mabel's dismembered body, he hugged it, licked the remaining blood off, and put the body in the bag. Jesus Christ, I cannot read. My eyes are itching. Allergies, probably. My cat. That's unfortunate. Embracing. Yep. The man now had just noticed Dipper on the floor and figured. Tyler.
And figured.
Oh, he must have caused all this on the walls. Another one couldn't hurt.
The man said to himself, and started to cut off Dipper's appendages.
Gosh.
Well, he had one less
no.
than he thought he would. Oh, yeah, fucking
I just
dude.
want to point out that while all this was happening, there was still like shit, piss, and cum all over the walls.
Yep. Nope. I don't think any of us forgot that, Byron, but thanks.
Okay, I just
Anyway.
wanted to remind everyone. Yeah.
Now it was time to clean up. As you can imagine, the bathroom stall was a big mess of see, here we are. The reminder,
Yeah.
big mess of fluids. Man got out a big chisel, not a retractable one, a big chisel. And started to chisel the cum off the walls and into the bag. It took a while, about 2 or 3 hours.
Oh my god, how much?
All of it. Once it was done, he needed to clean the floor, so he went outside the stall and got a mop that he had with him the whole time, guys. The whole time he had this mop with him. He mopped the whole mess of things. See, we've gone all through this, and now all that's on the bloody floor. Dipper sacrificed himself for all of that shite, blood, cum, and piss on the floor to be called just things.
Thing, honestly. How dare them? I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter to whoever wrote this.
Please do, and tell them to fucking off themselves. I mopped up the whole mess of things up off the floor and into the bag until the floors and the wall looked respectable for a fast food bathroom anyway. The man got out some toilet cleaner and cleaned the toilet, because that's what toilet cleaner is for. Because, yeah. After a few minutes of toilet cleaning was over, because of the toilet cleaner that he'd used to clean the toilet, he cleaned the toilet with the toilet cleaner that is used to clean the toilet, and the stall was clean as a new car. It smelled like one too. Boys. What?
You think this guy got fired from Taco Bell and wrote this in retaliation?
They must have.
Like, this is so specific.
The man did not just... Okay. Here's the thing.
You have to finish the story. Come on now.
The man did not just leave the bathroom. The man got out of the bathroom as if he had some prerogative to escape, and went into the back kitchen of the Taco Bell. The back kitchen as opposed to the front kitchen. He got near a machine. It was an odd-looking machine. It was a crank on the side, a funnel on the top, and something shaped like a taco on the side near a conveyor belt.
Why do I have to do everything myself?
The man questioned. He hung up his blood-stained jacket and sunglasses. He hung up his sunglasses because he was a respectable man, revealing his Taco Bell employee uniform. It was spotless. The man took the bag and, one by one, started to put the body parts into the funnel. Once the bag was half empty, I prefer to think of that bag as half full myself. He kept on putting more parts in, only this time he turned the crank. Once the bag was empty, he popped out 2 tacos. They weren't really tacos, really. They were actually human body parts in the shape of tacos. Really? Really?
You had to throw in cannibalism in there because, the incest, necrophilia, and rape wasn't enough.
Was not enough. No. They went down and murder. Cold-blooded murder. So they went down the conveyor belt, and the employee, using spray cans, began to spray paint the body parts. Once they got to the Taco Bell tissue paper by the end of the conveyor belt, they looked like genuine tacos. The man grabbed one of the tacos and wrapped it in tissue paper and went to the front of the counter. He handed it to the old man cashier, then went to the back of the depths of the kitchen.
They're open right now.
Drew,
You guys trying to go to Taco Bell?
Drew, it's you.
Drew, line 207. Line 207. The cashier said to the fat customer. Seuss said. Seuss?
Yeah, dude, Seuss. No, Seuss is a kid in the show. He hasn't been put in. He hasn't been introduced into this. I don't say anything. Well, that's it,
guys. I just want to say, I warned you. I warned you.
Okay, so
I hope I've stated this enough times. I am never having sex again.
See, this is actually part of the plan. Okay, we're not simps. We're incels. Okay, we hate women. We hate sexual intercourse. We hate everything.
Tyler, that's what you think.
What applies to me? What? I am not.
Just hate women. It's okay.
I am a man.
Be a true Chad. Be like me. Look at me. Look at me. Look how Chad I am.
Yeah, look at Doggy Boy.
Look at those pecs.
Look at that man.
Look at that hair. Look at that smolder.
Look at that.
I just want everyone here to know that the creator of Gravity Falls did read the fan fiction. They read it. They declined to comment.
Shit!
But they read it though.
They definitely read it.
Okay, so like that reminded me of like serial killer not documentaries, but like diaries and crap. Like stuff that
Yeah?
you would find like after serial killers who committed a crime. I'm pretty sure that someone committed a very heinous crime in a Taco Bell establishment.
This, not anymore.
This
He
is
doesn't.
basically this was an elaborate attempt to say that Taco Bell's food is trash. I hope
And
you
let me just
realize
say,
that.
the
I
original,
hope you
it's
realize
really
that.
hard to find. It's really hard to find the original because you'll click on it and it actually won't be it because it's so bad. It's so bad. Like people, they don't actually post the real thing. It took me forever to find that one. Oh my god.
We're never reading fan fiction again.
I'm never going. I'm never going to Taco Bell again. I'm never having
We're not reading
sex
fan
again.
fiction in this Discord again. You understand me?
No.
Well,
Okay.
see, no, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think fan fiction is now our that's the meta.
That's our thing.
What do you